Happy New Year. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jolaine. And if you come back, thank you so much. How is everyone this 2025? I hope everyone is doing well. And for today's video, we're going to do my monthly reading wrap up for December. I know that was supposed to be posted last month. However, I just finished my last book for December around the 30 or 31st of December. So don't have enough time to film this vlog, but better late than never, right? Let's get right into the video. So first, I wanted to show you guys my December statistics. So for this month of December, I was able to finish 4 books. I was able to read a total number of 1,670 pages last December. For my December star ranking breakdown, I gave 1 5 stars and 3 4 stars. For my genre breakdown, I was able to read 3 mystery thriller and 1 romance. My average star rating is 4.25, and I would say it's a pretty good month. Despite the holiday season, I was still able to finish 4 books. I was a little bit busy. I was aiming for 5 books. Unfortunately, since there's a lot of things happening every December, we're not able to finish 5 books. And I apologize for the background. It's a little messy. I'm trying to fix my things. Let's talk about the books I read last December of 2024. First book that I wanted to talk about, or series rather, is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. So this is 3 books in the series, and I was able to finish all the books last December. And all I can say is I really love it and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. So all of these books follow Pip, who is a young girl in a small town. So on the first book, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, is where she started to investigate a murder case that happened to her small town 5 years ago. She wanted to prove that the alleged murderer, which is Sal Singh, is innocent in killing her own girlfriend, which is Andy Bell. Now, she did a lot of investigation in this book, and she also has a partner, which is Sal Singh's brother, Ravi Singh. And that's how the story goes. And this story is, for me, it's unrealistic, but it is really good. If my younger self was reading this, I might do a little investigation in my own town as well if I was able to read this when I was younger. But for my age right now and reading some books similar to this, I felt like it's a little bit of unrealistic just because of her age and all the things she has to talk to get into the bottom of her investigation. But overall, this is a great book. It's fast pace. I really love Holly Jackson's writing. It's very immersive, and I felt like sometimes I'm in the book with Pip, helping her with her investigation. Same thing with, Ravi. And I do love Ravi and Pip's dynamic in this book. They really felt cute, and I would say it's a little hint of romance, and I would say there are some parts in this books that are quite funny, and I think it's kind of good thing in a book like this to just break that little horror or tense or whatever you're feeling while reading the book. So I really love that. Next on the series is Good Girl, Bad Blood. Now, this book is a little bit darker than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Pip's attitude here completely changed compared to the first book, and I think I really love Ravi's character here. He's very humorous in this book, and I really love how he supports Pip in all of her things that she loves to do. And this is the part where A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was born. So we're able to know where the title came from because of this book. And like I said, I really love Ravi's character here. He's funny and he's always breaking the ice and making me feel a little, get out of that scary zone because of his humorous jokes. corny jokes sometimes. So I really love it. And I also love Pip's dad. He's kind of funny and I love his family. It's like I could say like a perfect family for, someone that has this kind of experience. And I think Pip's mom is very supportive as well. Same thing with his dad. So I think I really love. This is one of the books I really love from the whole series. But going to my very favorite book in the series is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is my favorite book in the series just because it answered all of the questions I have from book 1 and book 2. And I think this is the part where we will be able to discover the real reason behind why it's called The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But overall, this is darker than the first two books, darker and sadder, and you'd know why Pip changed. And this is actually a little bit of, I would say, there's a little bit of a hate to the police people just because starting from book 1 up until to this last book, police didn't do anything to help Pip with everything, like with her investigation and all of the things that she's doing. And I think that's the main reason why she end up like that in the book or in this ending. I don't want to give out any other more details because I just don't want to spoil the book, although I love a little spoiler for myself, but not everyone is a fan of a spoiler, so that's all I can say. But overall, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series is a 5-star read for me. I do have a separate vlog for my review for all of these books individually. I will put it on the card or on the description box below for you guys to see it. But I really love this and I highly recommend it for anyone who wanted to get into the thriller mystery genre. I have a few members from my book club who wanted to start to get into this kind of genre. They are scared of, of the book, of what kind of horror or things, mystery that's in it. So I do highly recommend this for anyone who wanted to started getting into that genre because it gradually goes darker and it will not surprise you or shock you with the darkness of the book. It's like the book 1 is preparation for a more darker theme in the book. But overall, I gave this book 5-star and of course, I highly recommend it and I really love Holly Jackson. Next is the last book I read for the year of 2024. It's The Christmas Wager by Holly Cassidy. And I gave this book 3 stars. This is an enemies to lovers trope in a small town romance kind of stuff. But the book follows Bella Ross, who is a real estate developer based in LA. Now, she was offered a promotion if she was able to close this deal in Maple Falls, Colorado, convince the owner of the property to buy their property in the amount that Bella offers. Now, the amount is very insulting, I would say. It's not indicated in the book. And before even the owner of the property signed the contract, Jesse, the grandson of the owner, came into the picture and told his grandfather that they're not gonna sell the property with the price that Bella offered just because he thinks that it's not just an insult to his grandfather and to him, but it is also an insult to his parents' memories. So, to settle all things, his grandfather offered an option, the Christmas wager, which every Christmas or 5 days before Christmas, Maple Falls do have this games where they have to play. So Jesse's grandfather offered a Christmas wager that if Jessie wins, Bella needs to talk to her boss and convince her boss to give them a higher offer. But if Bella wins, Jesse and his grandfather will take the offer that Bella initially gave them. So that's how the story goes. So this is a fluffy romance. It's really cute. I really love it. And I know you have questions. Why did I give it 3 stars? Just because I think it's enemies to lovers. and the romance from enemies to lovers were too fast for me. I was looking for banter in this book. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me because of some of the books I read of enemies to lovers where it took a while for them to completely fall in love. So I didn't feel that kind of enemies to lovers kind of vibe. So I just gave it a 3 stars. Also, another issue about this book, I think, is every chapter of this book, there was a mention or there is a parental issue for both sides that was mentioned. So, I mean, it's not that bad. I think some of the books I read do have that flashbacks in their stories. It's just that in this book, it felt a little redundant because every chapter there is an issue about Bella's parents and Jesse's past or what happened to Jesse's parents, which I think for me it's very repetitive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really do love a little bit of a flashback, so we'll be able to understand why the characters attitude. But overall, I liked it. I mean, it didn't affect the overall enjoyment of the book. It's just that it felt a little repetitive for me. And another thing I like about this book is it is mentioned on how, Bella is actually described here as a Grinch because she doesn't really like Christmas. She mentioned here that she felt a little selfish because of how she wanted to get the property so much and how she really loved her job instead of, finding something that will help her grow as a person. So it was also mentioned here like toxic work environment, how she was able to get out of that situation. It's actually a valuable lesson in that last part that you don't have to stay in a toxic environment, especially with work. If you think that it's no longer healthy for you and you're having this chaotic life already, it's best for you to just leave. So I think that's one of the valuable lessons in this book. And I understand as well that love doesn't have like a time frame, but like I said earlier, the love story or the romance in this book was too fast for me. I was just looking for more banter. And it was also mentioned that this is a romance comedy book, and to be honest, I didn't feel the comedy or the funny things in the book. I don't know if it's just me or I don't know. I'm so sorry, but I didn't see or I didn't find anything funny in the book. Although Holly Cassidy's writing is very fast paced. I really loved it, especially for a slow reader. I was able to finish this sooner if it's not the holiday season, but I really I like it. It's just not my favorite, but I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to read a fluffy romance during the holidays. You don't want to cry and you just want to feel love. This is a really good book. Hence the rating I gave. It's just my opinion. I'm pretty much sure everyone has a different opinion with their books, but I still recommend this because it's a cute, fluffy romance. That's all the books I read last December. This is kind of a very fast video that we have right now just because I don't have much I read last December. But this January, I'm hoping I'm able to read a lot of books because that's one of our goals. And if you haven't watched my year end book tag 2024, I'll put the link in the description box or on the card here just for you guys to see my reflections and my goals for this year and what's the difference or what's the improvement of me from 2024 to this year. But yeah, so before I end this vlog, I just wanted to share with you guys the book that I will start reading this January of 2025, which is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Now, if you haven't watched my vlog for my book club chooses my January TBR, they picked this one as well. And as part of our book of the month, fantasy is our book of the month. There's no specific book that we have to read as long as it falls to the same genre. So I'm reading Babel, and this is a thick book. I hope I'm able to finish this as soon as I can. But you know, you know me, I read my books with my audiobook, so I'm hoping I'll be able to finish this before the month ends. But that's all for me. Again, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much for staying and for watching. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye!